Welcome back to the great expanse that we laughed about. Not laughed at, but laughed about. Welcome. Anyway, so glad you guys have come back. So glad the channel's growing. Not leaps and bounds, but it's growing little by little. And again, I am patient. I am satisfied to let the channel grow at its own speed so that I don't do something that's mediocre and then a whole bunch of people come on board and I go, hey, maybe I can continue with mediocrity and get more subscribers. Nope. We want to find our niche and we want to grow in a healthy manner so that the masses can come in when I'm doing something great and awesome. Yay! If you've liked the videos that you've seen thus far, hit the like button. If not, hit the dislike button. Share this video with other people that you know that like comic book related stuff as much as you do. Subscribe to the channel. Hit that bell for notifications all. So the next time a new video is dropped, you'll know about it second. I'll know about it first. I'm Rap Champ. Alright. That was a little more wrestling than boxing. But hey, maybe a boxer can come to the ring listening to whatever the name of the song is. Mxnt, Zarathustra, something, whatever. The name of that song will appear here. Okay. Today we're looking at some Alex Ross fan art. Okay. I'm a fan, and we're showing art. Alright. But I'm calling it fan art, but this will probably appear on a comic book cover or something. Because, you know, Alex Ross is an extraordinary painter. He has a very photorealistic style, which you've seen before if you ever watched any of my videos. But again, if I can see more comic book artists on YouTube, I would love to show more of their stuff. I really want to see more Daniel Acuna. I really want to see Humberto Ramos. He has a more comic book cartoony style, which with very thick borders, which I really like. I love Tim Sale's stuff. Tim Sale did Batman: The Long Halloween, Dark Victory, Haunted Night. He also did the I think Heroes. I never saw a single chapter of Heroes. Shame on me, but I've never seen Heroes at all. But I definitely want to see more stuff. I'd definitely love to see Asad Ribic or Ribic. I'm not sure. I definitely would love to diversify the comic book artists, but if they're not giving me none, I'm gonna go with Alex Ross. All right, and I don't feel bad about it. Not that I'm supposed to, but so we're doing Is Alex Ross an X-Men fan? That is the name of the video, and we're doing it in 3, 2, 1, go.
Hi, I'm Alex Ross, and I'm doing my first CGC signing this year. Will be the exclusive way to get my signature, and submissions are limited, so please send in your books
I'm not doing that.
now.
I love Alex, but
I'm working on a 4-part cover Avengers illustration that has probably the longest lineup I've done of
the
Avengers
Hercules,
members in one
Giant
series. The year 2023 is the 60th anniversary of the Avengers and the X-Men. So
right,
I was
1963.
asked to do some cover designs that could be featured as special variant covers. And
that's the blue and gold
with
iteration of the
a
X-Men.
couple pieces I would do, one for X-Men and one for Avengers, that would be cut up into multiple
There's Tigra.
covers.
Or is it Tigra?
So these are complicated pieces that have a lot of figures in them, so there's been more than the average amount of work for me and what
Is her name Hellcat?
put in.
She looks a lot like Catwoman.
With the X-Men piece, I didn't originate the design. I copied an
X-Men.
existing classic cover design that everybody would know
X-Men
and
number
connect
1.
to, and one that most people wouldn't think I'd do
By
from
Jim
the
Lee.
90s, which is meant to be the appeal of it. And
Look at Beast.
in the case of the Avengers, I really wanted to capture something of the era.
I know it's not Red
but
Tornado.
Also,
Who is
pretty
that?
extensive. So I pretty much captured the first 30 years of Avengers roster that went from the 60s through the 80s.
I wonder if Namor is on the
Top out
cover.
at the end of the decade, so I pretty much end where 89 closes.
What's that guy's
I
name?
wanted to do
Star
an
Fox?
illustration of this many characters, some in which I've barely touched on.
Oh, there's
before,
Black Captain
which
Marvel, Monica
was
Rambeau.
aligning with how the character looked and the attitudes that the characters had. So I'm trying to get in a lot of careful details.
Is that the Wasp? Captain Marvel?
Take
Oh, there's
notes
Machine
of
Man.
costumes
Falcon.
and aesthetics that I haven't put time into before. Most of these characters I have drawn once
Hercules.
or twice before. I was steadily
Hawkeye.
a fan of the Avengers and most of the teams that would be featuring prime groups of characters from either the two companies would be my greatest appeal, because when you follow those books,
I love that Iron Man,
Avengers and
that
the Justice League,
really
you feel
blocky
like
looking
you're
one.
getting the biggest cross section of what those companies had to offer.
Yellow Jacket.
I very much like the
Hank
Avengers
Pym has been
because they're
several
good,
superheroes. Ant-Man, Yellow Jacket, and Giant
create
Man.
a path that's very hard to live up to with anything further they do.
I
because
forgot
they've
that bald
done
girl's
so well
name
up to this
with the
point.
high collar.
The X-Men
that
piece
Hyperion?
crosses a couple lines for me that I don't normally choose, which is I usually avoid doing pieces with Gambit in them. It's like a generational thing where I didn't get what the hell is a Gambit. He energizes cards, playing cards to throw them at people. Nothing about his whole look, design, whatever really grabbed me, but I did read a lot of those comics when he was coming out in them. So here I am drawing him, painting him in the context of the whole group scene, because
original
he was
X-Men.
there. He was a fundamental part of that team, and I don't intend to show him disrespect.
Warren Worthington,
But he also was
third.
kind of like the era of comics where they would throw a name on a character that you would have to go, what does that even mean? The thing is, you got all the guys who were young when this stuff was coming out who are now in their 30s, and the last thing they need
I love
is
his
old
stuff.
fuck McGee telling them that, like,
Kurt
"Oh, he
Wagner.
was never that good." It's like, that's exactly what
The
comic fans
incredible
don't like to hear.
Nightcrawler.
We don't like
Will
to
be
be told the
in
thing
its
we
yellow
grew
and
up with
blue.
is less cool than some other ridiculous thing that preceded it. So I'm in no position to tell people that my stuff is better. I try and do the best with everything I'm given instead of like intentionally trying to disregard or
Look at this
treat
stuff.
it poorly. So I'm always putting my best effort, but I'm always highlighting the things I want to show off that I appreciate the most design-wise. I love the design of Colossus. In so far, I just think he's a beautiful-looking character that looks like he should have been the lead of the team. You know, he's sort of like a cool Superman archetype with, you know, striking chrome skin and beautiful dynamic costume with the big wide shoulder pieces. So instead of a cape like Superman, he walks around with the huge shoulder pads, and just always been drawn to him and his triangular shaped head. And there's characters like the original design for Storm, or, you know, whatever various costume designs over time I've found very appealing and attractive. These are great characters from
Gorgeous
what's
character.
considered classically the new X-Men, even though they've been around now for 50 years practically. Yeah, the design for the X-Men piece is
Master of
showing
magnetism.
sort of an accentuation of the
me see the
action
blob.
where it's a split-second difference later. So you've got Wolverine's completing a full attack swipe, and
Swipe.
everybody is kind of attacking more hard. In fact, I added in the bit with lightning coming from Storm commanding it, which would again be a split second of movement, and, you know, something that would exist in time.
Psylocke.
Such a quick moment that you wouldn't even be able to clock it. It's so fast how lightning moves.
Now, her name is Betsy
Always
Braddock, but she always looked Asian to me.
Pushing them beyond where the original
Gorgeous
composition
character,
had
though.
them frozen previously. So it's not a similar recreation as I've done with a lot of other things where I've tried to embed the exact poses that the original artists had done. Here I'm kind of reinventing slightly those poses.
Awesome stuff. I love the X-Men. The X-Men is my favorite superhero group, even more than the Justice League. And I love the Justice League, especially Batman and Superman and Aquaman. But I love the cohesive unit of the X-Men. I love the friction in the team. The whole Wolverine, Cyclops, Jean Grey triangle. I'm not going to call it a love triangle because obviously Wolverine and Cyclops don't love each other. But there's respect between Wolverine and Cyclops. As I told you, Wolverine gave Cyclops the Muramasa blade. So if Wolverine ever went rogue, he said, Cyclops, kill me with this, because it retards the healing factor. And I've already stated this on a previous video. But the X-Men are just my favorite group. I love seeing them here. I cannot wait to see them with the backing of Disney's money. But I'm not crazy about the story. You're like, wait a minute, The Great Expanse by John Beth 426. What are you talking about the story? I don't like the way male characters have been cuckolded to female characters. I just don't like that. Okay? Now, if a character was originally created as a cuckold, then cuckold him, please. But please, do not spade and neuter the X-Men. And I don't want to hear a mention of X-women, X-girls, X-chicks. I do not even want to hear that. I don't want to hear the girls talking in the bathroom like, we should call it the X-women. I don't want to hear any of that garbage in these upcoming X-Men films. And again, we don't even have a timetable for them. And I'm believing that Kevin Feige and Marvel and Disney are really trying to set the table. I don't think they want to make any missteps as far as introducing the X-Men. Now, I wanted to make a video talking about how they could introduce the X-Men in the MCU. Silence, tablet. But I'm gonna go here because I've already mentioned it. I believe the seeds should be sown of the eventual birth of the mutants. Now, Wakanda Forever is the first time the word mutant has ever been allowed in an MCU film. Namor said that he was a mutant. He specifically used that word. Now, if Rama Tut, King the Conqueror, is going to be the arch villain of the Fantastic Four's movie that's coming out, and that's going to kick off in the MCU's Cinematic Phase 6, we can see a child being abandoned in the desert. We don't even have to dwell on it long. We can just have a little shot of a gray-skinned baby or youth or whatever as the Fantastic Four goes back in time in pursuit of Rama Tut. We don't need to dwell on it long, but that's one fan service that I need. I need to see Baby Apocalypse. And then we can go, okay, X-Men. All right? Mutants are on the rise. Remember, Apocalypse is called in Sabanor. It was originally meant like the first one, the first mutant. And of course, as Marvel does, like, let's just redo it. We'll make Cersei the first mutant. She's older than Apocalypse, sure. For years, Apocalypse was known as the first mutant. That's what in Sabanor meant, okay? We can see it firsthand. Like, please watch this video and listen to me. What was that, Doctor Who, when they locked the Doctor in the Bandorica?
Please, listen to me!
Please listen to me.
Please listen to me!
Give me a shot of a baby in Sabanor, maybe even being raised by Baal, B-A-A-L, the Sandstormer.
Please listen to me! Listen to me!
Give me something juicy. Pause. Just give me a nugget of the X-Men coming. Please. Pause again. Alright, this is in the video there. But anyway, this looked great as usual. I love the X-Men, as I said. I love Alex Ross's stuff, man. And hopefully I can, like, identify all these characters, because I know them from my memory. I know them from my childhood. Like, as I said, the bald-headed lady with the high-collared green cloak and very little else on. And Star Fox, or whatever his name was. I just love seeing these guys again. All right. If you've liked this video by Alex Ross, if you love his artwork, hit the like button for the video. Share the video with other people that you think love Alex Ross's work. Again, let's have traffic coming in. Traffic going out. Write a dissertation in the comment section if need be. David Brent, please let them know where their comments go. That's where they go. Do your part, I'll do my part, so that The Great Expanse by John Bat 426 can live up to its name and expand. It's in the name.